$200 million. That's the amount of money that Alex Hormozi's portfolio of companies made last year. That's 5 private jets, 50 Bugattis, or 100,000 iPhones. It's a lot of money. And he didn't get here by accident. He used this one special trick to catapult him to this position in under 10 years. It's called the Lollapalooza effect. In this video, I'm going to explain what it is, explain how Alex used it, and explain how you can use it in your business or your life to achieve your goals. Now, let's hop into my computer and see what it's all about.
The Lollapalooza effect. So, what is the Lollapalooza effect? If we look at where it originated, it started with two of arguably the best investors of all time, Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. It's essentially when different factors converge to drive a person or goal in the same direction. And in modern day business, we know this as positive flywheels. So, how did Alex Hormozi use this effect to have success and be worth over $100 million? That's what I'm going to cover here. So, he went to Dartmouth and then worked in management consulting for a couple of years, and then he dropped out to open some gyms. He opened a few, closed a few, opened a bunch again, and then had to close them. And at the end of the day, he finished with about like 20K in his bank account. But he had a ton of experience selling and launching gyms. And then he went and founded his first very successful company called Gym Launch, where they would essentially be a full suite service, taking a gym from open to successful. And they were serving hundreds of gyms and making like $4 million a month. Essentially, their main mechanism was that they leveraged Facebook ads and influencer marketing. This was all the way back in 2016 when it was not a saturated mechanism for growing businesses. And essentially, he used a 3-step process. He had done for you services where he would come into the gym, he would create their ads, copy, creative, everything, and then launch them for the gym. And then he would come in and teach them how to upsell, how to retain clients, and give them like standard operating procedures. And then for the long term, he had protocols and frameworks for them to keep growing and to retain customers and to ascend them, making average customers higher ticket through consulting and through personal training. So, okay, let's see if we can go down. The main flywheel that allowed Alex Hormozi and Gym Launch to scale to $4 million a month was this flywheel right here. So, he says in his YouTube videos that his ads were extremely profitable because Facebook ads early was just an extreme hack. You could get clicks super cheap, and Facebook is one of the best platforms for targeting people, so it was just a great place to be. So what he would do first of all is that he would acquire customer with ads profitably with a high ticket intro offer. So this would essentially ensure that the LTV of the customer is always above the CAC, meaning that the lifetime value is above the acquisition cost, meaning that they can essentially do that forever and fill up their gym. And this allowed the gyms that he worked with to increase revenue at a substantially low cost, which obviously got amazing client results. These clients referred new gyms, and then he started the process anew. And one of the great things about gyms is that they're very geographically constrained. So maybe you'll serve everyone in your neighborhood. So this meant that like there wasn't much overlap between gyms competing. So we could do this with a ton of gyms and see success for a while until that mechanism got saturated. So obviously Alex is a smart guy. He knew that these flywheels were the foundation of business. And once he finished with Gym Launch, he built another couple companies and sold them. And then he started his family office called acquisition.com. And he's currently leveraging a bunch of flywheels in his business. And here are a few that he's using and what we can learn from him. So right now, if you look at Alex's YouTube channel, you'll see in the description of every video, if you're a business owner, he directs you to acquisition.com, which is, as I said earlier, his family office where he does private equity. So he essentially invests in your company, takes a little stake, and then helps you scale, creates enterprise value, and then eventually will sell the company or just hold it in his portfolio for cash flow. And then he had all of these B2C people who want to build businesses or maybe in the early stages of building their business, and he sold them his free, or not free, but like his low ticket books. But that wasn't the main goal for him because that won't make him a ton of money in the long term. Because in a lot of his videos, he said he's aiming to be a billionaire, and I believe that with acquisition.com, he'll get there or probably already is realistically. And then for Skool, this is just where B2C people go. They can learn pretty much anything on here. Lead gen, sales, how to have a social life, etc. So he gets all the viewers with these two companies. He has an offer for both of them, essentially. So the first flywheel that he is leveraging for acquisition.com is that he just broadcasts all of his, well, not all of his meetings, but a lot of his meetings straight to his YouTube channel. He's been on a crazy run lately, uploading every single day valuable stuff. So essentially, he makes content solving business problems, and then business owners watch it and they see that he's competent and that he's helping people in their similar situation, which are businesses that do, I think, either over $2 million in revenue per year. And then this brings people to acquisition.com because they want to work with him. They go through his funnel and then maybe they sign with him. And then this brings Alex more business problems, which he can then make more content on. And then it goes around in circles until he's a billionaire. The second flywheel that he is leveraging is with his consumer SaaS company, Skool, which he is a massive investor in. Skool is the community building platform that Sam Ovens launched. And when Hormozi joined, they did this promotion called the Skool Games, where whoever makes the most amount of money with Skool by a certain period gets to fly out to Vegas and meet them and have a mastermind there. So makes content, gets a ton of B2C people. And then he says, if you want to make a business, Skool is the easiest way to do it. A bunch of people sign up for Skool Games, like producers and consumers, and then people engage in that, their success stories, and then he can make content off of that, and then that brings more people into Skool, and then it's a virtuous cycle. The next flywheel he is leveraging is more of a reputational flywheel, I'd say. So with acquisition.com, when people watch his content, they come into his funnel, and then he decides if he wants to work with them or acquire a stake. Let's say he acquires, grows their EBITDA, which is pretty much just their earnings. And then he talks about this a bit. Maybe he can roll up the similar businesses in his portfolio with other people's and then get access to higher multiples. This is like more of an optional thing. Like it could just be like these three, or it could be these four. And then he'll sell them or just keep them for cash flow and then acquire more businesses, and then it goes around and around. But yeah, if you're interested in learning more about this roll-up thing, it's a common strategy in private equity. So you take a bunch of businesses, maybe they're all doing $5 million a year, and then let's say you bundle up 10, you're doing 50 mil of rev per year. You're able to acquire a higher multiple for that because it's seen as more stable because the cash flows are spread out more. Then you can sell that. You can like IPO that, or you can sell it to other bigger private equity funds, pensions, whatever. So from looking at these, we know that it's important to build flywheels in our own businesses. One of my favorite ways to build flywheels is obviously through content. So Testimonials, results, people come to your page, they see what you've done, they see your work, and then they're more likely to work with you, and you don't have to go on a sales call. They can just kind of be on a one-way sales call through every YouTube video. You can make videos covering objections, which makes sales calls easier because they already have the answers to the questions that they would have asked on the sales call in their head. And then also having an email list is a great way to flywheel your reputation because people build trust in you and you're top of mind for them when it comes to buying a solution in your vertical. Plus, you hedge yourself from downside. You can't get banned from having an email list like you can on Instagram or YouTube or really any social media platform. Let's move here. Another great flywheel to have is business incentives. So pretty much all big businesses have these incentives for certain employees. Commissions for sales, rev share for agency or for sales, promotes in private equity. So that's pretty much when you're a general partner of a fund, which is essentially the person who puts in less money and operates the business or the asset. If you earn a return over the hurdle rate, then you get a higher percent of the return past that percentage. And then bonuses, which is similar to commissions. That's more like investment banking stuff. Come on, zoom out here. Or not. Okay. And then it's also important to invest in long-term moats, which can act as flywheels. Investing in things that can't be replicated quickly or cheaply. This is like investing in intellectual property. So that's just stuff that's kind of a secret to your business, or it can be like patents and stuff like that, which gives you an advantage in the long term. Logistics is a good one as well, depending on the business that you're in. Amazon's a great example of this. They invested in their logistics network and they can do everything cheaper than other companies. And as they keep investing more, they keep widening the gap between them and their competitors, making it impossible for them to ever catch up. And then relationships is also another great one that you can invest in. And yeah. So if you are looking to expand your presence on YouTube and attract inbound leads to your channel, send me a DM on Instagram at zbproductions28 and I'll see if we are a good fit to work together. Just for background, I have scaled the finance YouTube channel from 0 to over 800 subscribers in under 4 months. I've gotten thousands of subscribers and hundreds of thousands of views for the clients that I've consulted for. And I've already gotten a bunch of inbound leads off of my channel, even though it's relatively small. So yeah, if you're interested in that, send me a DM on Instagram. Hope to see you in the next video. Peace.